Today I want to cover the subjunctive. I'll be posting more videos about specific tenses of the subjunctive, but right now we're just going to go over an overview and when to use it. Okay, so what is the subjunctive? Now, it is one of the three moods in Spanish. Up until this point, you're probably familiar with the indicative mood, and with the tenses in there, present, preterite, future, yo corro, yo corrí, right? I run, I ran, things that, definitely happened. There's no uncertainty there. But the subjunctive today, which is what we'll be focusing on, deals in the unknown, the doubt, uncertainty, hypotheticals sometimes. And in the subjunctive, there's a couple of tenses, right? You have the imperfect subjunctive, present subjunctive. You have the future, the past perfects, the present, and you have these perfect variations. I won't get into the specifics of all of those in this video, and those are not all of them, but just kind of an overview again. So yeah, right. I just said this is when you use the subjunctive, and you're familiar with the indicative mood, right? Which deals in facts, and certainties. Yo corro, I ran, like that definitely happened. But the subjunctive is different, right? Sometimes those didn't happen. But just to kind of clear it up a little bit, when are you using the subjunctive? I have this acronym called WEIRDO. And weirdo because the subjunctive is pretty weird. But this kind of shows you just when to use it in your sentences as you're constructing and as you're speaking. The first way to use it is talking about wishes and desires. Yo quiero que, espero que, and ojalá que, like I hope those things happen. Obviously, you have some doubt, there's some uncertainty on whether they will happen, but you're hoping for that. The next is emotions. Me alegra que, me molesta que. That's like something is bothering me, just the way I'm feeling. And then you have impersonal expressions as importante que, as necesario que. It's important that that happens. It's necessary that that happens. And then you have recommendations and requests. This, I think, is kind of different from the other ones. So as you're studying, I would recommend putting a little bit of effort into how you're constructing these sentences and how you're studying for this. Te recomiendo que, I recommend that you, and then the sentence goes into the subjunctive. Doubt and denial, dudo que, no creo que, I don't think that's going to happen, I have some doubt about that. And then ojalá again, which is kind of a wish and desire, but sometimes people forget about it, and I like, making sure that the acronym fits weirdo. And as you can see here, right, there's a lot of cases with que. That's because that's a big part of the subjunctive. And it connects the main clause with the dependent clause that's in the subjunctive. But, if you don't get what that means fully, I'll go over it later. And so let me actually just give you an example of a sentence in Spanish. Yo creo que vengas a la fiesta. I want you to come to the party. Now, this is in the present tense of the subjunctive, just for right now, and then I'll get to other ones. And as you can see here, this is a want or desire, so it's a part of the W in the weirdo acronym. And the bolded part, vengas, that is in the subjunctive, right? That's already conjugated. But you can see here, yo quiero, that is in the indicative form. That's in the present tense, yo quiero. I want, in the present tense of the indicative form. So this is how subjunctive sentences are made. You have the indicative main clause, you have a que or another connection, and I'll get to the more examples of that later. And then you have vengas a la fiesta, or vengas more specifically, and that is the conjugated version in the subjunctive. And then, yeah, just, highlighting that que a bit. And so that's just for the W part of the acronym, but it actually fits for all of them too here. I didn't put the I for importante que, but that's not important. So yeah, as I said, yo quiero que vengas a la fiesta. But it also works for me alegra que estés aquí. Me alegra is in the indicative version, the indicative form. Te sugiero que, I suggest that you read in this book. These parts are in the indicative form. Even ojalá, yo ojalá, pretty much, I hope, is in the indicative version as well. And then you have the conjugated subjunctive verb. And just these are more, these are the same sentence that I gave you before, but these are for different tenses of the subjunctive and their perfect versions. Because remember, perfect is aya, and then you end with ido. You don't have to worry about that right now. I'm just saying that these are the same kind of sentence structure. And kind of continuing with this que thing, these are conjunctions, right? Connecting two parts of the sentence. We have these in English, and, but, which, stuff like that. But some conjunctions, this is very important, some conjunctions always require the subjunctive, while others only require when referring to the future or uncertainty. Some always do it, and those are the eskepa conjunctions. And these conjunctions, always require it. And this is the list right here. You have en caso de que, in case, sin que, without, con tal que, provided that, antes de que, before, para que, so that, a menos que, unless. And just, to put it in examples of a sentence, voy a estudiar antes de mi examen empiece. I'm going to study before my exam starts. No salgas sin que yo te avise. Don't leave without me letting you know. Now, for the first and second one, you might be thinking, oh, well, this doesn't sound like uncertainty and stuff like that, but you have the subjunctive and conjugations, and that's kind of a nuanced approach because it's not in the weird acronym, and I'll get more on that in some other videos. But just remember that these conjunctions, you always need to be in the subjunctive if you see those. And that'll help a lot in worksheets and stuff like that that you can find on the website, conmigo.com, or conmigo.org, sorry. But see, these are the eskepa, but now these are the Chad ones. So these are conjunctions that use the subjunctive for future actions. Chad 8 is the way I remember it. Cuando, when, hasta que, until, aunque, even though, even if, después de que, after, así que, as soon as, tan pronto como, as soon as, they're the same one, and en cuanto, as soon as. And so you might be thinking, oh, well, these are talking about time, right? Because the subjunctive also refers to stuff that has not happened yet. And just to give an example, te llamaré cuando termina la reunión. I will call you when the meeting, or I guess reunion in this ends. Voy a esperar hasta que llegues. I will wait until you arrive. So these are, just to give you the bigger example, these are things that haven't happened yet, so it's uncertain. So don't think of this as much as in the future, but you still have to be worrying about the action tener tiempo, like which time are you in, because then it will be uncertain. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have, again, more on the specifics, right? The subjunctive is kind of a big mood. It's one of the three. And so, there'll be more on it on the channel, and more of the nuances of which conjugations, how to conjugate, and, more sentence structure. But this is just kind of an overview, how to use it, when to use it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'm a Spanish student. I'm just trying to make people's lives easier with these conjugation videos. It's very difficult. It's very nuanced. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. But also, I'm working on a website that'll hopefully make Spanish conjugations easier. It's not out yet, but there'll be games and there'll be my organized videos. It's kind of like a Khan Academy for Spanish conjugations. So yeah, look out for that, and look out for the rest of my videos. I know this is my first video. The subjunctive is kind of a weird one to start, but it's a very important one. And I honestly, it's my favorite one for some reason. So yeah, thank you so much.